Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to show you a $20, $25 DIY ring light for your videos. And I can't take credit for this idea because I've seen it in multiple videos on YouTube. And sorry for my voice. I was singing for about 2.5 hours last night and my voice is really tired. But Mr. Pumpkin over here, sleeping in the warm box, says hello, and I'm going to show you now the pieces you will need to make this Diva ring light or this YouTube video camera light for a fraction of the cost that you would pay for a manufactured one already assembled. And I will just give you a warning or a disclaimer. Please make sure you read the instructions in the light box, because some people say that, I haven't opened this yet, so I'll find out, but that you should not coil these LED rope lights, that you should not coil them. However, you see how coiled they are right now in the box. They're not being used right now, but they should go out to 16 feet when they're wrapped around the wreath here. And then, so just use caution when you are using these lights. If you do coil them and make them into a ring light like this, use caution. Make sure that you stay in the room when the light is on at all times. Never leave it on with children or pets around and then leave it unattended. Don't leave it on and leave your house. So always just be present when you're using it and then shut it off and even unplug it. I would go the extra step and unplug it before you leave the room. So, and also warn your children never to use this by themselves, that you are the one who operates this light. So now I'm going to do a couple of steps and then pause it so that you don't have to watch me do the tedious parts. I don't have an editing camera, so I'm going to have to do the very simple record and pause, cutaways until I get what I need, because I don't want this to be very long. So what you need is, the first piece you need is a wire wreath found at Walmart for about $2.77 or $2.88. I found mine right by the artificial flowers and greenery in the craft section. Then you need your kitchen scissors or some kind of scissors. If you don't have, anyway, you're going to need something to cut out cardboard that's going to be in the shape of this wreath. And all I had was a shoebox. It wasn't very firm, but it's firm enough because I've seen someone do this without the cardboard step. So I know mine's going to be okay. I had to tape it together and I used packaging tape, so that's why I have this. Then when you're done with this piece, you're going to line it with foil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part. Just checking in. This was 2 strips of foil so far to get around here. I'm just going to continue doing this process till it's lined. Okay, now this is lined with aluminum foil, and the reason for the foil is so that the light will reflect back at you off the light to give you more, off the wreath and the ring to give you even more light. And now I'm going to go ahead and secure the lights onto the wire first, onto the wreath, and then we'll secure them to this foil circle here. Now I'm just going to show you the warning here. It says, do not operate the rope light while it is coiled. So I'm going to give a disclaimer at this time that if you don't feel safe doing this, then by all means do not do it. It's showing a very tight coil and a lot of piles, like this is several layers, because when this is coiled, this is only going to layer a couple of times. I'm guessing that it's a fire hazard where the lights are touching each other and coiled that way. So I'm going to look here. It says if improperly installed or attached in any way, this could represent a possible shock or fire hazard. It says do not cover the product either. The covering could cause it to overheat and melt or ignite. Do not operate with the flexible light tightly coiled. You see that right there? Tightly coiled. So I'm not going to coil it tightly. I'm not going to puncture, cut, or shorten it. I'm going to inspect it from time to time to make sure there's no damage. I won't have it around liquid. Let's see. So I'm going to use zip ties to secure it, and I'm not going to do them super tightly. So just wanted to let you guys know that you will use your own risk and operate it with your own risk, also using common sense. Again, if you don't feel safe doing this, and especially if you are not an adult, do not attempt to do this. And I am going to try it anyway and see how it goes. And if I feel wrong about it for any reason, I'll disassemble it and either take the lights back or use them for something else in a different manner. So I plugged in the light. They all work. I inspected the whole chain. And now I have my zip ties. These I found at the Dollar Tree. Obviously $1 for 60 pieces in the package. And make sure you don't start coiling the wrong side. So make sure you don't start with the side that you're going to be plugging into the adapter, because you might wrap it too short and not have a tail sticking off. So make sure you start with this piece. And Matthias wants to say hi also. Hi, Matthias. Hi, kitty. Another thing is you want to get the daylight lights and not the soft indoor light ones. These can be used for indoor or outdoor, but you want to get the daylight lights. Not green, not red, not blue, just daylight. Okay, the only problem I've run into so far is that some of my zip ties are junk. So if you want to sidestep that and get better, stronger zip ties, I would suggest getting them from Walmart or some other place. I got a different package. I thought that it was 87 cents marked on the thing, but this is 250 8-inch cable ties that can hold up to 45 pounds. So I'm guessing these are much better and stronger. I just didn't want to use these because when I looked at my receipt, thinking that they were 87 cents, just to be sure, they rang up $4.87. So if I can find enough in this Dollar Tree pack that actually zip and zip tightly, because these so far have not zipped, I'm going to continue using these if I can find enough. But if I can't find enough, I'm going to have to open these right here. But everything else has been really easy and quick so far. Okay, now that was the most complicated piece of the whole thing. Just those zip ties. A few of them broke just in my hand as I was trying to put them on. And the other ones, some of them didn't zip. So since I'm not sure how this is going to work, I used a few that don't really zip a lot. They're not that tight. But I think it's going to be okay. I'll check them and tighten them as I go if I am actually going to be able to use this. And if I need to tighten them, I'll use the other ones. Like if I need to replace these, I'll use the other ones. But now it's time to trim off all of the little ends. Okay, I've trimmed all the ends off, and I noticed that I use 30 zip ties. Most of them are 4 deep, so there's 4 all the way around here. Until you get to here, there's only 3. And then also, that goes for the coil. There's 4 rows until you get to here, and there's only 3. So this part will be the darkest part of your light. Now we want to secure it onto the foil using a few more zip ties. And I wanted to say I chose not to leave a tail on it. So I'm just going to have it plugged in right here, and I'll show you the adapter. Here's the adapter. So what happens is there's this female piece here. Whoops, it's kind of blurry. Female piece here, and the male part right there. So because of this cord here being long enough, it's going to plug into my power strip just fine. So I didn't want to leave any of this light cord hanging off. I've used a total of 9 zip ties to go in these in-between spots and secure the lights onto the foil cardboard backing. And now it's time to trim the tails off. Now this next step doesn't have to be beautiful. I'm going to take some wax paper and gently put it around here and then secure it with tape. So I cut a crack in each one so it could bend around here better. Okay, now I have my entire wreath wrapped with wax paper. And if I had to do this again, I would have used Scotch tape instead of packaging tape because this obviously is just a mess. And now I'm going to secure it to the paper towel holder that I have bought for the stand. Here's the paper towel holder. It's really, really sturdy. It has like a rubbery bottom edge here. And this was either $5.78 or like around between $5 and $7 for this. So I'm going to secure the light to it. When you cover it with wax paper, if you do that for diffusing, by the way, it's for diffusing the light so that it's not harsh, make sure that you leave the end out that's going to be plugged into the adapter. And then also, as you're securing it onto your stand, make sure you leave the end pointing down towards the bottom so that you don't have to waste any cord. Okay, I took 7 of these Walmart Hyper Tough cable ties, and I'm wishing now that I had used them the entire time because they are noticeably very, very strong and sturdy. And I would have been able to cut down my time of struggling with those Dollar Tree ones by a lot. And by the way, I've bought a whole bunch of cable ties from the Dollar Tree, the zip ties, and never had a faulty batch before. A few of them have broken here and there, but like 1 or 2 in every package, or none in every package, rather than like 10, plus the rest of them being kind of flimsy. So again, in here, you can see this does wobble some. I might need to put a chopstick or a dowel up here and secure it. So I would first secure something to here, going across, possibly, and then I would secure the dowel to that coming up here, and then I would secure the top of the light. But this is just going to sit on my desk, and so hopefully nobody or no pets will bump it. And I'm going to put it on my desk now and turn it on and see what it looks like. This is what it looks like lit up. And now I'm going to turn the camera on me so that you can see how much light it gives me. And I may want to take that wax paper off because it might be diffusing it way too much. I'm going to have to see. I don't know how to turn this around. It doesn't look like it's going to let me. Let me just zoom out here. There we go. So no other lights on in the bathroom. The door is closed. You can see there's my clay, some toothpaste. There's the mirror. There's the plug. There's the towel rod. There's my kitty. It should be lighting him up. So I'm guessing that there's going to be way too much diffusion now, and I might need to take off that wax paper. So I'm going to make a video testing this tonight in my room at my desk and see if it's light enough. I also bought a soft light and indoor light ring of rope of LED lights. Excuse me, Matthias. And decided not to use that because it looks like it would make yellow light.